All right, Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show in studio with Alex BlackBelt Lima. We're going to talk about self-defense, current events, things happening here in Tampa Bay. Before we do, a couple of hot listings here. 140 Glendower Circle. This is in Sun City Center, another hot listing from our team. This one is a 55-plus community, gated community of Kings Point, 2-bedroom, 2-bath. You have an attached carport with golf cart parking, oversized utility and laundry, and you have a glass lanai, enclosed glass lanai. 140 Glendower Circle, unit number 1 in Sun City Center. Great opportunity to buy real estate here in Tampa Bay. Buy now, don't wait. The rates are going to be high, but once they drop, a lot of competition is going to move in. 3048 Diana Drive. This one qualifies for 100% financing through the USDA. Think about this. A 1.2 acre lot. You got over an acre of land. You can spread out and bring your toys, bring your golf carts, your dirt bikes, your three-wheelers, all that good stuff. 4 spacious bedrooms, 2 full bathrooms, master suite with a garden tub, double sink, separate shower, nestled in the desirable South Zephyr Hills area. Entertainment options abound in the surrounding area. Convenient location within 10 minutes of esteemed healthcare facilities. 3048 Diana Drive, Zephyr Hills. 100% financing available through the USDA program. You also have Hometown Heroes down payment assistance programs available as well. And you can see all of our listings at PlatinumCoastalElite.com. Check out PlatinumCoastalElite.com.
Try that in a small town. See how far you make it down the road.
And a quick shout out to Replenish IV Solutions, longtime friends of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Say hello to our friends over at ReplenishIVSolutions.com. Check them out, ReplenishIVSolutions.com. All right, we got Alex Lima back here in studio. Alex, we were talking a little bit before the break and before the show about what's happening in schools. It kind of started with the topic of the phones, right? So you see some of these videos going on with these phones where the teachers are taking the phones or they're putting the kids in trouble, but there's a lack of discipline there, and then you see these all-out brawls happening in schools at record numbers.
Yeah, there was even that instance not too long ago. I still have to follow up on that. I believe I say kid. Here's the reality though. Like when you say 16-year-old, we're referencing a kid.
Yeah.
But oftentimes that's already the size of a full-grown man.
Oh yeah.
And it was like 16, 17-year-old got his video game system taken away by the female teacher.
Yep.
During the class, and the student freaked out because he wanted his video game system back, and he beat that female teacher unconscious and is now being charged criminally, as I believe he should. I mean, you have to understand that there's repercussions to your actions.
Consequences.
And one of the scarier parts there, is like I said, I coach a lot of kids, and I often don't let them mess with the electronics. They ask all the time, can I get my phone? Can I get my tablet? Can I play video games? And I go, no, you guys have to do something physical here. We're going to set up a game. We're going to play ball or something like that.
Yeah.
Take it back to the old school, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And it is insane to see how upset they get.
Yeah, it is.
I've seen kids like 12 years old, maybe a little younger, like start crying, breaking down because their game system or their tablet ran out of battery and they didn't bring their charger.
Yeah,
they're worshiping these devices, man.
It's so bad.
It's terrible. I mean, it's an electronic device, right? And that kid beat a woman unconscious over it.
Yep.
Listen, you got to really decide in life. This is a lesson that you got to learn really, really early on. You got to choose your battles. Is that truly worth beating somebody over? I mean, I don't know. Maybe his grandmother that passed away or something gave it to him. Certainly had it in school to begin with, but I mean, to beat a woman unconscious, there's some instability there, and there's an insane attachment and like need for the electronics.
It's
It's unhealthy.
Yeah, it's an unnatural thing as well. We introduce these devices into kids' lives at such a young age, earlier and earlier it seems, and then the excuse is by the parents, and a lot of times it's the helicopter or the friend parent, right? You have 2 different types of parents these days. You got the parent that's disciplinarian that says, no, you're going to church, you're going to do your chores, you're going to do what you're told to do, you're going to say yes, ma'am, and no, sir. And then you have the other helicopter slash, I call him a friend parent. I think Dr. Anderson did too. He called it like we have a friends epidemic in this country, right? So you have these parents that are more of the friend, and oh, honey, you know, they're more going along to get along, being their friend, letting them get away with things or letting them bend the rules, and then back to the phones. It's oh well, your friends have them, and I understand, honey, you have to have them too at 12, 13, 14 years old, whatever age, they're letting these kids have these devices now.
Yeah, the other variable in that too, or the other side of that as well, is the parents that like they don't want to deal with the kid or whatever, and they're like, here, just play with your tablet or whatever.
Right.
You know, so the kid starts acting up at the restaurant, and instead of teaching him or her that, hey, you need to calm down, you're going to learn to behave properly, just to pacify, here's
Exactly.
So now what does that kid learn though? What is the behavior? Oh, if I act a fool and I do it long enough, I can push mommy and daddy till I get my gratification and I get what I want anyway.
That's right.
And that is wrong, because now you've created a monster in society that will act a fool until it gets what it wants.
Yeah.
And then what happens? Listen, as we grow up, what do we learn? We won't always get what we want, bro.
Yep.
So what happens now with that kid once they start not getting what they want? Now they become, who knows, man, what path you go down.
Yeah.
You know?
It's challenging, but I think it leads to the next topic I wanted to talk about is that push now and that movement away from the traditional schools and schooling, going to the elementary school, going to the public school, going to homeschooling now. We've seen that trend happening. The numbers are record, and I think it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing for parents to take homeschooling as seriously, and there's support groups now too. So you have, just like of course with the power of the internet, it can be used in bad ways, evil ways, good ways, right? But there's a lot of groups now that they have curriculums, and you know, oh well, we're on vacation this week, maybe we could do, you know, makeup work, we can take the tablets with us. So it's kind of a blessing and a curse in a sense, right?
Yeah, it really is. It actually goes beyond that, the group. So like my child, we homeschool, and again, this is if you have the capability to do so, I highly recommend that's the way to go.
Yeah.
You know, because what's currently taught in secular education is not very good. A lot of the teachers are burnt out and underpaid, and then they pass that on. They just hand out packets instead of teaching. Yep. So I could go on a whole tangent about that.
Well, the teachers union too is another major problem.
It's a whole lot of issues with the conventional educational system.
Yep.
You know, and that's going to be a long, hefty process that needs investment in it, love and investment in it to fix. But as far as like the groups go, you know, like my daughters, we do homeschool, but there's a co-op program where 2 days a week we go to an actual like campus at a
that's cool.
at a church that has, like, where all homeschool parents come together, everybody's following the same curriculum, and it's adaptable. And the good thing about that is because the number one thing that you can argue and say about homeschool is you miss out on social development.
Of course, that's always the first.
And not even social development, learning that as you grow up, or just in the world, even as an adolescent, you're going to have to come across and deal and learn how to survive amongst other personalities.
Yeah, of course.
You know, not to praise my kid to all end, because she has her moments too where I want to shake her, right?
Yeah, of course.
We all do. But when we get around other like kids that are just like in the public school system, there is a significant difference in the behavior.
Yeah.
Like, you can see that, like, hold on, they're not, you know, nobody's overseeing this kid's development as far as teaching them how to be a young man and young lady as they should.
Yeah. There was you know, some pretty crazy incidents that happened with my daughter at a young age. It was one of the kids threatened something. I don't know if it's good for the air, but it was like really weird stuff.
Bad stuff, yeah.
Yeah, threatened bad stuff. I'm like, whoa, what's going on with this kid's personal life? We got to tell the principal about this. We got to have a deeper conversation there. But yeah, that goes back to what Dr. Scott Anderson talks about on the show with the mental health, you know, the mental health crisis that's happening in this country.
Yeah.
He's Alex Lima. I'm Brandon Rhymes. We're talking about personal development. He is a mixed martial arts expert as well, self-defense expert. Alex, you know, this story's a week or two old now, but did you know that hockey player that got his skate up high? If you haven't seen that video, folks, I recommend you check it out. It's pretty crazy, pretty graphic. But to me, I haven't followed that. I wonder if that guy got charged, because he should get charged.
So I don't know if he got charged. I know the story that you're talking about. It's I know they're investigating it, because if you have seen it or if you can't stomach it, just know it's absolutely horrific. Essentially, there was you know, I'm a big hockey fan, and hockey's a rough game, and it's one of those sports where we do allow contact, right? So while you're skating and handling the puck, like, you do bump into each other and you slam each other against the wall, because it's a rough game. That's how the game is played. But you have to keep the appropriate mindset, and that's why as soon as the hockey fight breaks out for the lay fans, they love it, they want to see it, but those guys, they go to the penalty box because you need to cool off so you can get back in the game.
Yep.
Get it out your system. All right, you got it out your system, you threw a couple punches, get in the box, cool off, and then come back and be the professional athlete that you are.
Yep.
Right. So so there was a little bit of that aggressive play going on between these two players, and for me, listen, it looks as if it was intentional because as an athlete myself, I know the rules of what I'm allowed to do and not allowed to do.
Yep.
And I am very aware and in control of my body. And I know for a fact a professional hockey player should know that they don't bring their skate above waist level.
Yeah.
This guy brought his skate all the way up to neck level with this guy.
Yep.
Maybe his intent, which again is wrong, it's still a foul and it's still incorrect, was to kick him in the chest or something, but that skate slid up high and it slit that man's throat and he went to intensive care and he died.
Yeah, he died on the way, I think.
He died. And another thing with that as well is the player that committed the offense had a history of being violent like that on the ice.
Wow.
So he was like kind of like they call him like the goons, like the guys
enforcer.
that play. Yeah. But dude, you can be that enforcer. You need that. The sport needs that. You need that person to put you in check to let the other team know you're not just going to walk all over us.
Yep.
But you're an athlete and it's a sport. It's not a street fight. You killed a guy.
Yeah, to me, that was just the absolute worst sportsmanship you ever see. And the way that he went, he kind of leaned in with his left shoulder into the other person like he's hitting him. But sometimes, and then all of a sudden the skate flies up high. Like normally, if you're falling down because gravity kind of pulls you that way. But he threw his leg up high. To me, he should be held at manslaughter charges at minimum. But yeah, because think about it, if that's your family member that just got killed for playing a sport, it's unbelievable. I think was that a different hockey league that wasn't NHL?
It wasn't NHL. It was like some I don't know if it was a Canadian league or something like that. But
British.
Still, what it has done is it's also changed now it's changed the game. Because they're looking into different safety equipment that has to be worn to prevent that from ever happening again.
Yeah,
so
around
now,
their neck.
Yeah, so which restricts your movement. I mean, pros and cons. You got to keep your athletes safe, but now they don't have the freedom to play the game as they once did because of this jerk.
Yeah, similar to the NFL, how they protect the quarterbacks nowadays, and it's like, man, he barely touched the guy, and they call a flag, or they throw a flag on the.
Still better than soccer, though.
Yeah,
where you flick the guy's ear and he drops down he tore his ACL. It's pretty bad. The flopping.
Falls down.
I love soccer, but come on, guys, we toughen up a little bit.
In the NBA, boy, they got their fair share of flops
no
too.
Doubt.
Man. They flop, and man, that was a hard.
It's every sport. They do it in fighting. The guy gets hit in the stomach and he acts like he got cup checked. People learn ways to play the rules, but in some places it's blatantly obvious what you're doing.
Manipulate and push the boundaries. Try to get that favor of the referee or whoever, umpire if it's a certain sport. But all right, good stuff. Let's take a quick break there. More with Alex BlackBelt Lima on the Consumer Quarterback Show. And follow us online. We'd love to connect with you. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. That really means the world to us. It helps the algorithm. There's 2,300 plus videos there as well that you can see. Lots of great content on consumerqb.com. You can see links there. And then the YouTube channel, Brandon Rhymes Realty. We'll be right back here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Thanks for listening to my daddy's show. Please make sure to send him all of your real estate deals and subscribe to the Consumer Quarterback Show podcast on iTunes and Spotify. Or check out our YouTube channel. Have a blessed day.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 727-263-3707. Online at consumerqb.com.
Patriot Mobile is America's only Christian conservative wireless provider who shares your values. They offer the very best nationwide coverage on 4G and 5G LTE networks and exceptional 100% U.S.-based customer support. Patriot Mobile offers discounts for veterans and first responders.
By the way, that was a British hockey league that happened in, and the player was charged with manslaughter.
Learn more at patriotmobile.com/consumerqb. That's patriotmobile.com/consumerqb. Or if you'd like to give us a call, you can reach out at 727-263-3707. That's 727-263-3707. And we'd be happy to tell you more about Patriot Mobile. Selling commercial, vacant land, or residential properties? Don't leave money on the table. List with the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. I'm Brandon Rhymes. You can reach me at 727-263-3707. Call or text 727-263-3707. Online at consumerqb.com.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-917-1894.
All right, Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. Got a couple of hot listings here for this segment, and then more with Alex Lima, BlackBelt Fitness and Martial Arts here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. We got a commercial property at 7202 US Highway 301 South in Riverview. This is a great opportunity. You've got a corner lot location. You got a muffler and mechanic shop, barber shop, lots of parking, 50+ thousand vehicles a day passing by, 40 to 50,000 vehicles a day passing by at 7202 US Highway 301 South in Riverview. Great real estate opportunity here in Tampa Bay. Commercial corner lot set up for your purchase. A great opportunity there. Pebble Creek Court, another one of our listings. We got vacant land. This is a $13 million co-listing with the Meraki Group, Keller Williams in Orlando. This one is 100 acres of land, $13 million, prime development opportunity. Excellent location for a short-term rental community, and you're about 10 minutes to Disney, Universal, SeaWorld, downtown, and more. Pebble Creek Court, Four Corners, Florida. That's Orange and Osceola County. And you can see all of our real estate listings at PlatinumCoastalElite.com. Check out PlatinumCoastalElite.com.
Buy dirt, find one you can't live without.
All right, yeah, so the update was what? The hockey league is British league, right?
It was a British league, and it was confirmed that they did charge that guy with manslaughter.
Okay.
So that's good, you know. I mean, it's horrible, man.
For the families involved. And
God, I can't imagine for the family. Like you're just watching your loved one play the game that they love, grew up playing, and then, I mean, no one ever thought that would happen.
Yeah,
Obviously,
he hits the ice. He's got his hand on his throat. You're like, what? Oh, he bled to death.
That's not a freak thing. I mean, it's disgusting.
It's crazy. All right, we wanted to do a quick highlight, too, about our show partners because, you know, over 10 years on air now, we have a lot of great show partners. Kind of give a rundown of some of the different show partners. You know, that's what I really prided myself on when I started this show. It's kind of started off as a real estate quarterback. Quickly, I figured out, hey, man, let's take this in other areas because there's so much more to the life, the financial life, the real estate life of our consumers. I wanted to be a more well-rounded show, and that's where we got involved with self-defense, Thomas King, Florida Firearms Academy, water quality experts, and doctors now. So yeah, we've got a lot of great different show partners here, Alex.
Yeah, and the wonderful thing too is it's not that just somebody, to be on this show, you don't just buy a spot and we just start talking about your business. Like, these are products like we actually utilize. Like I right here in front of me, I have waterscience.us. I drink it every single day.
Yeah,
I bathe in it. Fred DeFelice hooked me up and has my house, the best water quality. You can't even describe it. You have to have them come through. Real quick, when he I'm sure he does. It's the test he does with everybody. But like when he came to my house, he does that little test of what's your water quality that you are using right now to brush your teeth and everything, right? And that you cook with. And you go. I remember I said it was 5 times the amount of chlorine that's typically in a pool.
Wow.
Was coming out of my, and then Fred said, don't exaggerate. It's only like 4.
Wow.
Right. But yeah, I mean, 4 times, man. And you're washing your face with that. You're bathing with that, and then you want to know why people have skin problems and their hair's dry and stuff.
Yeah.
You're cooking your foods, cleaning your dishes and stuff with that. You don't think that stuff sits there along with the microplastics in your Tupperware and everything?
Water quality expert, check that box.
Yeah.
Boating and yachting expert, Michael Johnson, Dennison Yachting.
Yeah. Anybody
looking to buy boats or yachts, we got an expert there.
Yeah, and he's killing it. He gets all the invites and tells us about going to all those cool local boat shows. Even if you're not currently in the market, go see what that culture and stuff is like.
Captain Will Smith. Anybody out there into private pilots, flying and consulting? If you're buying a plane, getting your license, Captain Will Smith is the one to talk to there.
Yeah, definitely talk to Mark Hay. That guy is a genius when it comes to showing you how to win in the game. you know, what to do with your
Financial
finances.
advisor, yeah.
And he'll look at you for free. He'll sit down
Yep.
and just kind of he'll give you some tips just for free, even if you don't do something with
Yep.
him. You know, look your stuff over, and then, but I guarantee you do stuff with him, you're gonna see the profit.
Yeah, Mike Murphy Auto Group, another, you know, an auto industry expert. I mean, think about the show, how well-rounded we are, right?
Yeah.
Home service providers, the CPAs, the financial advising. Mike he owns 6 dealerships now across the United States.
Yeah.
And auto industry expert. So if you have auto industry questions, Mike Murphy Auto Group.
Intelligent guy too, good talker. Michael MD, staying with the Michaels, you know, our IT, massive IT, our IT expert. He helped us out not too long ago. We were having some crazy stuff going on, and he had, you know, he remote logged in and helped us fix it within a day. We were up and running again, you know, which is great. You don't often get that kind of service. You got to wait to hear back a day or two, you know.
Criminal defense attorney Anthony Rickman has been a while. He's been busy with trials. We just had Jason on yesterday's show, Jason Coble Law.
Yeah.
He's helping a lot of people with personal injury laws that we're referring. Attorney Millia Thanison, another great attorney, family law.
Yeah.
So estate planning, attorney Patrick Smith, he's got his own talk show. I mean, think about that powerful lineup of attorneys there too.
Yeah.
You know.
Frank Charles Miranda.
FCM law,
Yep.
real estate law, absolutely. Let's see, what else we got? Home service providers, lots of home service providers. Home inspectors, Jay Smith does a great job on home inspections, commercial real estate properties.
Pest control.
Pro Health Pest Control. Melissa Minikheim and Dan Minikheim do a great job there as well. Decorating elves, outdoor lighting. Lots of great partners here, man. Brio Tuscan Grill, the official Tampa restaurant partner there.
Yeah, the list goes on and on. You know, we have celebrities too. Like we've had Ken Shamrock in the past. You know, Martin Grammatica is a good friend. He stops by. You know, we just had the sheriff. You know, for Pinellas County, he was on. I mean, this is an amazing network that has been built, man. When you really stop and think about it, it's very impressive, the amount of people and again, it's like, you know, it's a vetting process. Like everybody that's on this show, you have to prove that you're legit. You don't just come like, hey, well, talk about my business for me and like leave us a check. It doesn't work like that. We have to know how long you've been in business. And I've seen it. They've been here in the studio watching it, and they come in and they want to be a part of the show, and we're like, well, we'll keep you in mind. We're not ready for you. We don't want to tell them you're not ready yet to be on the show. You're not what we would consider an expert, but we got to vet them. Yeah. We got to vet them.
Doctors, Dr. Scott Anderson, we mentioned mental health. Dr. Michael Schwartz, he's a research doctor, talks a lot about his book, Fauci's Fiction. Yeah. So we've got, doctors there as well. Chiropractors, Dr. Shinitsky as well, another great expert contributor. Jared Parker, super smart, intelligent on the consulting side.
The list goes on, and then you with the real estate side.
Yeah, thank you.
And you're always ready to drop the knowledge. You do give away a lot. People, even if you're just on the real estate side of things, you listen to Brandon talk, man. He knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
There's not too many people that have been, because the show's been for 10 years. But how long you've been in real estate?
Yeah, that's 20.
I mean, come on. So 20 years in the game. If you've been doing anything for 20 years,
right?
I mean, you have a tidbit or two of knowledge you might be able to drop on some people.
Exactly. Yeah, and I always look to. What's interesting too? We have our family reunion coming up for Keller Williams Realty.
Okay.
It's in February. Guest speaker in Vegas, Tony Robbins. No way.
Yeah, one of my
favorites.
Nice. Well, I know you'll be there.
We'll see.
Yeah.
It's always good to.
Jarek, we had Jarek on the show.
Yep. Jared, Grant Cardone, some big names over the years. Got the governor. We're working on the governor right now, so we'll hopefully get Ron DeSantis on the show. 30 seconds. Back to you, man.
No, it's just again, talking about the stellar lineup of people, and not just from the business aspect of things, but just like good people and friends that I've made from being on the show.
Right.
Me and Mark text each other. Thomas King, we message each other all the time. Me and you, it's a great network. It's not just it's not just business. We really try to look out for each other like family, and that principle carries over into our business lives. Like when I'm training clients, I treat my clients like that. I'm looking out for you. Same thing you with your real estate deals, and Mark with his his clientele.
Yeah, home staging, all types of great stuff. All right, awesome show. Thanks a lot, Alex. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, man.
Check Alex out. Check all of our experts out at consumerqb.com. You can see links there to all of our expert contributors. Consumerqb.com. We want you to please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Do something kind for one another. Be a force for good in the community. And we'll see you next time right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.